we added 3 tablespoons of olive oil into a pan. Today we're making supposed to be like Red Lobster shrimp scampi, so we'll see how it turns out. I'll spread that around a little bit, and then we're going to add our shrimp and cook it to what we need. Says that this usually takes about 4 to 6 minutes to cook and to get the shrimp cooked, and then once the shrimp's cooked we'll take it off of the fire and do our sauce, our scampi sauce for the shrimp.
Smells good already. I can't help myself. I gotta steal me another piece. That's good already. Love shrimp.
And as you can tell, the reason why I make plenty is because it usually gets ate as I'm cooking it. I would say this is probably pretty much almost done, and we'll do more cooking of it after we get our sauce made, because we add it back into our sauce. So we'll take this out and then we'll get our sauce started.
So what are you doing that for?
I'm just taking the shrimp out of the pan, but I'm going to leave the juice in there to help cook the garlic, which I've already pre-measured everything into containers to just dump in the skillet to make it a little bit faster cook time for me tonight.
Are you saying our kids keep us busy and you have to have this done pretty quick today?
Yes, very busy today. So to have a good meal on a busy night, I tried to have everything pre-done.
So what's that you're putting in now?
The stuff that I'm putting in now is 6 tablespoons of fresh garlic that I took in my chopper and I chopped it up real fine.
So you actually had a clove and you chopped it up?
Yes, it actually took one big garlic and then probably 4 cloves out of another one.
And those were homegrown, right?
Yes, homegrown garlic that we did this summer. And now that my garlic is on cooking and tender to the touch, we're going to add in our white wine and lemon juice mixture, which I've already measured up. And I used 1 whole big lemon, and then it takes mine, I tripled the recipe because I did 3 pounds of shrimp, so it was 4.5 cups of white wine is what I have cooking right now.
Now you and I haven't drank for many years, right?
Many years.
And you said it was weird to go into a liquor store to buy wine?
Yeah, well, I just went to the grocery store, but yes, it was very awkward to walk in and buy wine to cook with. I have no clue what wine is good, what wine isn't good, so I'm hoping that the taste of this is good, since I have no clue in.
So this is the first time you've made this then?
Yes, this is the first time we've made this recipe, but I'm trying different stuff, and we're trying to eat a little bit healthier. So I thought shrimp, and we like it, and I'm going to add some linguine pasta underneath of it, and I bought it in a whole wheat linguine instead of the regular pasta.
Are you sure you're not trying to get me drunk and take advantage of me?
No.
Actually, the alcohol cooks out of this, right? And it just leaves the flavor.
Yes, just the flavor from it.
And you're using a number 12 American-made cast iron skillet today?
Yes, it's actually became our one of our favorite pieces, I think, to use. A friend of ours gave it to us, and she had just left it sitting out on her porch, and it had became real pitted. And it still has the pits in it, but
works good, doesn't it?
It works perfect. We haven't had any issues or anything stick in it. So
she was going to paint this, guys, and when I got it, it was rusty and everything, so we did electrolysis on it and a little bit of scrubbing, and it has been a great cast iron. You can see somebody has brazed it because the handle was broken off of it at one point, and this thing that was scrap, was junk to everyone else, we put back into use. So what did you just do there?
I'm just continuously stirring it, but this is still just the wine and garlic mixture. It says for you to cook it to where the alcohol is half. I've never cooked with alcohol before, so I'm just going to kind of guess and eyeball it at when I should cook or add the other seasonings into it. So
I can smell the alcohol in the air, can you?
I could at first, yes. It's becoming less and less. So, like I said, I'm just going to try to eyeball it since I've never done the recipe before and I've not cooked with alcohol before. So, we'll see how it turns out.
And we'll put this recipe in the description for you guys, and you can try it for yourself if you'd like. But it seems to be pretty easy. And again, this is supposed to be Red Lobster's linguine shrimp, right? Alfredo?
Mm-hmm. Not Alfredo, shrimp scampi.
Shrimp scampi. So, which we really like, but you know, it's daggone expensive to go out to eat with 4 people, and to go to Red Lobster, that's just not something that we feel like we'd be good stewards to do that often. And Mama likes to cook, and I like to cook, and you just can't get any better than cast iron cooking, doing it yourself, especially if it tastes the same and it saves you a bunch of money and it's healthy.
Alright, I think it's time that we reduce the heat.
So it's been on high this whole time, right?
Yes, the temperature of the skillet has been on high. It tells me to reduce the heat to low. So with me having a gas stove, it will automatically take the temperature down pretty quickly. So now we're going to add in our Italian seasoning that I've got.
Show them what that looks like real quick. Okay, and what is it? It's just Italian seasoning?
Just Italian seasoning, the dry Italian seasoning that you get at the supermarket with your other spices. Stir that in.
How much was that? Half a cup?
No.
Quarter cup?
No, it was 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon.
Okay, and again, guys, we'll put the recipe in the description for you.
Like I said, I tripled mine because of I did 3 pounds of shrimp, but I knew most of what we don't eat tonight we can have for lunch tomorrow. So
we got a crazy cat acting a fool right at Mama's feet. So if you guys hear something, that's what it is.
now we're going to add 3 sticks of butter. If you just do the one recipe, it only takes 1 stick, but I tripled mine, so I had to do 3. And it says softened butter. Mine's been out on the counter since I've prepped everything, so it's pretty soft. I mean, it's coming out as a whole stick, but it'll melt quickly when it hits the
Well, that cast iron holds the heat
skillet,
pretty good, so right?
Yes.
Cast iron holds the heat pretty good.
So now we'll let the butter and all that seasoning get married together in the skillet here, and I think we have one more ingredient that we add at the end of it.
Talking about being married, one of the best things I did was marry a woman that can cook.
It's all trial and error. Like I said, we've never cooked with alcohol before or wine or anything like that, so
I think we've had beer chicken in the past, and we've added beer to batter for catfish and things like that, but we've never cooked with wine. I don't know what our cat's doing. She's freaking out. See if I can catch her. What are you doing, baby? What are you doing? Oh, you attacking Mama? Yeah. I was hoping we'd get to see some crazy Iron Chef stuff where you lit this thing on fire and we got to see the flames and all that, but I guess that's not how you cook out wine in this case, huh?
I guess not.
Alright guys, while we were on a little break here, I looked up how to know when alcohol is cooked off of a sauce, and according to Google, sauce cooks off at 172 degrees Fahrenheit, and you need 20 to 30 seconds. So I guess we're not tasting the alcohol anymore, but the taste that was left behind by the wine. So just keep that in mind. 172 degrees for 20 to 30 seconds. And since liquid boils, I think around 300 degrees, you know this is over 172 degrees if it's boiling, right, Ma?
Right.
So what's next?
So now we're going to add our shrimp back in that we cooked and set to the side. We're going to add it back into our sauce. We're going to turn our heat back down to low.
If you guys have cooked with white wine or something like that before and you have a tip for us, let us know in the comments, please. Also, if you have found this useful or entertaining, or you just think we're flat out funny or whatever, please like and subscribe.
And our last ingredient is we're going to add some parsley flakes to the mix also. We'll just let that cook, and I went ahead and left my I was going to turn down the heat on the stove, and I decided to leave it up, maybe to help cook off some of that excess liquid that I have in there, and then we can add it to our linguine. So
it's looking good. It smells good. It even tastes good. It's just we're not used to the taste of wine, and I think that's what it is that the alcohol is all cooked off. You know, you can't, it doesn't have a strong taste to it. It's just the taste of the white wine, I think, that is left behind, which is what we want, right?
that's what they say that you want in it, and we'll go from there and see how it turns out. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and add the linguine in. See if that'll help soak up some of this water.
They're looking pretty good. Now, how do you know when this is done?
Once the noodles are tender and done, the dish should be done. Everything else is already cooked, since we already the shrimp was I got pre-cooked shrimp even before. It was just frozen, So pretty much it just needed warmed, but I cooked it until it said to make sure that it wasn't translucent anymore, so that way I knew it was done. And then we cooked our sauce, and as soon as the noodles get tender like they're supposed to be, then our dish will be done. I'm gonna cover it for just a few minutes to try to steam some of that pasta, since the sauce has thickened up. I'm just gonna try to steam some of that pasta so that it gets a little bit more done.
Now, if you guys don't have a lid for your skillet, you can use another skillet of the same size or bigger to use as a lid to baste it. But we're fortunate enough that we've got several lids. Lids are expensive. They're hard to find. One tip that I could give you guys, if you're into buying cast iron, if you see a piece with a lid and it's American made and it's, say, 30 bucks, it's worth it. The lid by itself should go for $30 or more. So you always hear people ask, is this worth 30 bucks? Is it worth 40 bucks? If it's got an American made lid with it, really honestly, if it's got any lid with it, it's worth $30 or more. The lid is going to be well worth that on its own, especially she's using a size 12, and the lid is a self-basting lid. I believe it's a unmarked Lodge lid that she's got. So and that didn't come with the pan. That's something that we've picked up separately, or with another pan, pot, pan, skillet, whatever it came with. We just love to cook on cast iron, though. It's so hard to beat. That lid is probably, it's probably from the 50s or the 60s, and it's still going strong. It's just as nice as, there goes the cat again. It's just as nice as the day that it came out of the store. Never give up on cast iron, especially if you buy it cheap. And that's what we do. Most of our stuff we buy rusty and restore. And you get burned once in a while. There'll be a crack that's covered up that you didn't see by rust, or it'll have heat damage that you couldn't tell because of the rust or whatever. But usually you can save this stuff. And again, this one is pitted. The cooking surface is pitted, and we don't have any trouble with it. Just, I mean, look at that. It's non-stick. Nothing's sticking to that. Of course, it probably helps. It's got 3 sticks of butter and olive oil, but I think I've shown this pan in the past that I've cooked eggs in it, and it just, it's as slick as glass. So the little taste that you had, did it taste like Red Lobster's?
Yeah, it's got a little bit different of a flavor than what we're used to at Red Lobster, but
I'll bet it's the wine. Probably used a different type of wine.
Different type of wine, yeah.
You said you bought the cheapest that they had, right?
I did, because I didn't know what to buy, so.
It seems like maybe it's a little bit sweeter. That's the way the sauce tasted to me. Is that right?
Yeah. It's definitely got a little bit sweeter of a taste. And if you buy maybe a sweeter wine, maybe I should have added more lemon juice to help tarten it up a little bit. I guess it's a rookie experiment, and we'll just keep trying to get better at the taste that we like. All in all, I don't think it is a failed dish. I think it's something that we can expand on and keep tweaking it to our taste and get the recipe to how we want it.
So what you're saying is the dog's not going to get this tonight?
I don't think the dogs will eat it this tonight. I think we'll end up eating it. Tastes really good, and
I'm feeling a little abused here.
hey, you got the shrimp. I'm just tasting noodles to make sure they're done. So
I think I need to taste both.
I've turned it off. I think it's pretty done to our liking. And
look at that, guys. Oh my Lord. Oh, taste it.
That's what you save up your calories and your carbs for, is a good home cooked dinner meal.
Well, that's good. It's got a little sweet aftertaste to it, but it's very good. And until that aftertaste hits, it did taste just like Red Lobster's. So that's pretty daggone good. Again, if you guys have any tricks or tips, let us know. We'd love to hear about them. Hit us up below in the comments and we'll respond. We appreciate you guys watching. We ask that you like and subscribe. There'll be more cast iron cooking videos. And we say God bless you. This is Pitbull D45 and we're out.